Every now and then, seemingly out of the blue, comes a game that really connects with you on a deeper level. A game that captivates you from the first time you pick up your controller to days later when you're daydreaming about it at work or school. A game whose art direction aligns perfectly with your aesthetic taste, whose gameplay is a perfect blend of challenging, satisfying, mystifying, and addictive. For me, that game is Animal Well by Billy Basso. In this video, I'll be recreating and/or reimagining a couple scenes from the game in my own art style, while sharing my thoughts about my experience playing the game as a whole. I won't be majorly spoiling anything in the game by any means, but if you're interested in playing the game, I highly recommend going in blind to experience these things on your own first. With that being said though, let's hop right into the video. The first scene I'll be reimagining today is that of an aggressive ostrich. Whilst exploring Animal Well's extensive labyrinth, one will eventually stumble across a curious ostrich, one which towers over the player's character. This particular creature may seem civil at first, however, the player will quickly come to realize that this animal is not friendly whatsoever. Instead, it sees you as easy prey. With a sudden motion, the ostrich darts towards your character, wailing a distorted screech. In a panic, the player's first instinct may be to run in the opposite direction. A valid choice. However, in doing so, they come to realize that the only way forward is to face the beast head-on. In the ostrich room, hidden beneath the floor, are a series of tunnels which lead to buttons that, when activated, open the way forward. Seems simple enough. Evade the behemoth and slip beneath the cracks to safety, right? Sure at first, but after a couple seconds, the neck of the beast extends an unnatural amount, twisting disturbingly through the tunnel's sharp turns and edges, seeking your character. All the while, it continues to bellow an unnerving caw. The scene was extremely memorable to me as it was particularly shocking. I didn't expect to see some slight body horror in this cute puzzle game, but after that, I came to realize I couldn't predict this game's next move if I tried, and that made me love it even more. For this piece, I chose to draw a loose interpretation of that scene. In the game, there are a few bluish glowing animals, notably a duo of swans in a serene waterfall environment, or a squirrel that illuminates your path forward during multiple moments in your journey. The ostrich with the extending neck isn't rendered in this bluish glow originally, but I really wanted to draw a glowing animal, so I kinda mixed the two ideas together. As for the environment, I didn't necessarily draw the ostrich in a cave, rather outside in a dark and cloudy night, surrounded by yellow fireflies. I wanted to capture the oddity that is this mutant creature, but also the serenity that comes with playing the game, so I hope that came across well. Let me know what you think of this illustration in the comments below, but let's move on to the next scene of the video. For today's second recreation, I chose to draw arguably the most iconic and/or memorable scene in the entire game, the ghost cat, or dog, or wolf. I'm not 100% sure what animal this is. At first, I thought it was a dog, especially since the area you find it in is surrounded by dog statues. However, I read online that a lot of people believe this to be a cat, so whatever the truth may be, it's a ghost animal thing. But I guess we'll refer to it as a cat throughout this video. Upon traversing through Animal Well's many rooms, the player will eventually stumble upon a wide, mostly empty room with a creepy statue of a cat staring eerily forward, directly at the player, as if it's peering through your screen with an ominous grin. Locked within its ajar smile lies a disc. Curiously, the player will likely press A and collect it, as there's not many things around the game's overworld to collect. Outside of chests, that is. Upon obtaining the disc, something completely unexpected happens. The eyes of the statue glow a bright yellow from within their sockets, as if to indicate the activation of an ancient booby trap. Then, a ghastly figure manifests from above, a striking gnarled image of a large white cat. The creature moves in a unique way, leaving trails of RGB outlines of itself in its wake, a possible indication that the beast is not from the same material plane as the player. Rather, if one infers the statue to be a tombstone, it's likely the creature is the spirit of a beast from the past, one not too happy about the player thieving their prized possession. In an attempt to retrieve its disc, the ghost cat will relentlessly pursue the player across the many rooms of the well. Once catching up with your character, the cat will damage you one heart at a time until you perish. Dying will result in your character respawning at the location of your previous save, and the disc leaving your inventory and returning to the fangs of the statue. At first encounter with this statue, one will most likely get startled, panic, and run away. Realize that the creature follows you across rooms, panic again, this time more intensely, then continue to blindly run through the maze of the well until inevitably dying to the cat's touch. Most likely they'll try again and again until giving up and going elsewhere. However, once you finally find the replacement disc, you'll be able to keep the frisbee that the ghost wanted so badly, which is an amazing tool, by the way. I love the way your little guy rides atop it. Later on, when the player tries to capture the 4 flames of the animal statues in the main room, they'll have to return to this cat monolith. However, this time, they'll have to remove the replacement disc and lead the ghost cat a good distance away to a statue near the top of the well. This chase sequence was honestly probably the most challenging part of the entire game for me. I had to retry about 20 times, but there was something so addicting about perfecting each run and knowing that the next try could be the one that I succeed. And eventually I do, and it felt fantastic. Truly a satisfying victory. So let's talk about the illustration. This drawing was a lot more faithful to the original scene. I just made the cat a lot larger than you'd actually see it in game. The proportions are a little strange and not super realistic. However, I tried to stay close to the original pixel design, so that's probably why. But honestly, the cat creature still looks like it could be a dog or a wolf. So I guess I nailed the ambiguity aspect of it. Overall, I'm pleased with the vibe of this piece. I know it could be considered a little unsettling, but I tried to balance that with some pretty bluish purple shrubbery and some pink fireflies to add a touch of tranquility, like this place is old, ancient even, and overgrown by the wild. And let me know your thoughts on this piece below. Okay, so that's been today's video. I hope you enjoyed the 2 illustrations I made. They'll be available for download on my Patreon. The link will be in the video description. I know this is a little different from my usual content on the channel, but I really wanted to broaden my range of content while still focusing on creating fun and unique art pieces centered around games that interest me. I hope that's alright with you. Don't worry, my Pikmin content isn't going anywhere. I just want to introduce more to the Paracosm party. Thank you all for watching. Special thanks to my patrons, Axiom Ace, Peter and Jane McDonough, Dead Astro, and Rabu Ravut, as well as my amazing channel members, Kids Wyatt, Axiom Ace, and Riley Shao. Sorry if I said that wrong, but regardless, thank you all so much. And to everyone watching, much love, stay unique, stay true to yourself, stay amazing. Until next time, Paracosm.